Right, so the EOS 70D has a 19-point autofocus system, as can be seen here. So it has pretty much the same focus system as the EOS 7D, which has 19 cross-type AF points. So they all work quite good. So to set your autofocus settings, you can either access the autofocus menu via the quick menu, or you can press the AF point selection button up here, or the AF point selection button up here. So each one of these will bring you to the autofocus menu, which is here. So basically you have three modes of autofocus. So you have 1 point AF, that's single AF point selection. That means you select just 1 point and you overlay that 1 point onto the subject you want to focus on. So anything that's on that point will be focused when you autofocus. So this will actually also be visible from inside your viewfinder. So you can get a clear view of where your point is selected and where your subject is supposed to be to have your single point AF to work good. And if you press the AF point selection button one more time, you will get a zone AF. That means you get a cluster of AF points in in one of each of the 5 zones. So you have 5 zones, so you can pick a zone that's 1 to the left, 1 to the top, 1 at the center, 1 at the right, and 1 at the bottom. So selecting any one of these zones, for example this one here, so your subject has to be within this zone, and the camera will automatically select the highest contrast points to focus on within that zone. So if you press it one more time, it becomes to the auto selection mode, which is all 19 points selected. So in 19 point AF mode, basically all the AF points are enabled, all 19 of them. So it's up to the camera to decide which points that want to be in focus. So the camera will automatically analyze your scene, and then it will probably choose the highest contrast areas to place the AF points on. So sometimes it gets it right, sometimes it's pretty off. So sometimes it focuses way back onto the background rather than your actual subject. So it's not entirely reliable, but it does work quite well. But still, I don't recommend this mode because most of the time I leave it on single point AF mode or zone AF mode. Zone AF mode I rarely use unless I can't really anticipate where my subject is going to be moving, so it could be quite tough. But still, 1 point AF for the most precise AF instead of the 19 point AF mode, whereby your camera decides which points to be in focus. Now we also have quite a variety of AF modes. We have one shot, AI focus, and AI servo, but the main modes are one shot and AI servo. So to change the AF modes quickly, basically you come up here, hit AF, and you turn your dial to change between one of the 3 modes. So we have the main, one shot, and AI servo mode, and AI focus mode is somewhere in between. So how does that work? One shot mode basically means that the camera will lock focus onto the subject on the AF point, and once focus is achieved, it stops there. So this mode allows you to focus and recompose because it's basically one shot AF. It only does it one shot, so it locks onto focus and stops there. Whatever happens beyond that point is up to you. So the focus will basically just stop there. Now AI servo will basically keep focusing. It's a continuous focus mode. So that means let's say I have this point selected here. So the center AF point. So once it has achieved focus, it simply won't stop. It won't stop focusing until you release the half press of the shutter button. So once you have your finger on the half press of the shutter button, whatever is inside here, the camera will keep adjusting focus to try and nail sharp focus on that. So this is basically for moving subjects when your subject is constantly moving around. So you want to keep it on this mode so your lens focus drive keeps going. AI focus is sort of like a hybrid of these two modes, one shot and AI servo. So AI focus, at a glance, it will work like one shot AF. So it will lock onto a subject and it stops there. But if it detects that that subject is moving, it will jump into AI servo mode. So at first it's a one shot mode. So once your subject starts moving and the camera detects it, it will jump into AI servo mode and do the continuous focus. So as you may notice, if you are in AI servo mode, when you go into the AF point selection and 19 point AF is chosen, you realize that actually you can pick a point, although it is 19 point. So let's say I've picked this point here. Alright, so once this point is picked, basically what I'm telling camera is I want it to start tracking from this point. So my subject will start moving at this point. I want my camera to start tracking the subject from this point onwards. So this is good if you know where your subject will enter the frame, where your subject will start its movement or whatsoever. So basically, when you pick the point, you want to frame your subject on that point, and then you start your continuous AF. So this is something to take note of, and when you're in zone AF, basically it works pretty much the same. So if you're in live view, you have quite a variety of different AF functions. So here we have this one. This one here is actually face tracking. The AF will track any face that is inside the frame and try to lock focus on the face. So it's a face detection mode. So we also have FlexiZone Multi. Now if I fix my screen here, it's overexposed. Alright, so FlexiZone Multi, as you can see this border out here, so that means it focuses on anything. It's sort of like the 19 point selection. It's a all out mode, so anything that's inside this frame will be in focus. So you can also touch on the screen and it will select a slightly narrower region to focus on. So this is a pretty wide AF mode, and we have FlexiZone Single. So this is the AF mode that I use most of the time in live view. So you only have this small box to work with, so anything inside that box the camera will try to focus on. So this is technically your AF point. So you can move it around, you can touch it around to select and pinpoint where exactly you want the camera to focus on. Also, we have a AF Quick Mode. So AF Quick Mode is actually same as the AF mode in viewfinder shooting. So as you may notice in AF Quick Mode, when I half press the shutter button, the mirror will flip down and back up. So the mirror flipping down allows the use of the AF sensor. So basically it's the same as in live view mode, as in viewfinder mode, except it has to flip the mirror before actually focusing. So that is quick mode. So it's identical to the AF mode you're using in viewfinder.